I'm out in the big wide world, and I have to admit, it seems quite odd, it seems wrong almost, but I've come really close to home. It's the first sunrise I've done in 2 months. I'm about 3 miles away from home, and it looks like it could be really good morning. It's not quite as nice as yesterday. I think there was some fog yesterday morning and I missed that, but there's no wind. I can hear the birds, and it's just fantastic to be out. Morning everybody, fantastic to see you all again. And it really is fantastic to be out again, especially on such a lovely sunrise as this morning. It's about 4:15 in the morning, and I have to say it is so nice to finally be out. It's the first time I've been out in a couple of months. I've come really locally to a spot that I walk Pebbles all the time. Pebbles isn't with me because she was way too early for her. She didn't even want to get out of a crate this morning. And I'm not bothered about getting a good photo, but what I do want to talk about today is about the love of photography and how, you know, to maintain a passion like this, how important it is to do the things that, you know, really hit you here, you really get you excited. And I've been thinking a lot about my photography. I've been looking through past photos. I'm sure everybody else has been doing the same, you know, doing the editing challenges, looking at, you know, those photos, coming up with new techniques. But ultimately, if you get down to it, photography is about just capturing an emotion, capturing that moment in time and trying to sort of, hopefully, you know, give that enjoyment to other people, but primarily have that enjoyment yourself when you look back at those photos. And certainly when I've looked back at my photos, I've had some you know, amazing moments and been able to remember those moments. So I don't care about what I get today, and it's just about getting out and enjoying it. So I'm gonna try and find a composition somewhere. But I'm just going to enjoy this amazing sky. Maybe take some photos of the sky. I think the other thing that we do a lot when we do the same thing again and again, and we keep going out to these amazing locations like the Faroes in Iceland that I'm lucky enough to go to, is that we just look for the magnificent. We look for the things that we're used to shooting, or we perceive as these amazing shots, and we forget some of the less obvious things. And what I've found through lockdown is that I've certainly started looking at things in a different way. I've looked at how light interacts, you know, through the window. I've looked at macro photography, looking at shooting at f1.8 rather than what I usually shoot at, which is usually f8 to f16. I've started shooting the sky. I've got low down. I've done all sorts of different things, and that's opened my eyes. It's opened my eyes to a whole world of possibility. And I think that, you know, what I want to try and do with my photography is, and it's not that I don't love what I'm doing at the moment, I do, but what I want to try and do is just be a little bit different, try some different things and try and experiment a little bit more, because I feel that by doing that, I'll uncover things that, you know, I might uncover something that I didn't know was there. So it's definitely worth doing. Oh my God, this sky's looking good. I'm just going to quickly take some of this. So at the moment, I'll probably just tell you a little bit what I'm trying to get here. I've got this sky on the right-hand side there, and there's a beautiful path leading up here, and we have another photographer at the top there. So just whilst he's there, I'm going to grab a shot. Oh. So, okay, so as you can probably see, I'm back with pebbles, which is great. But after I took this photo, I wasn't inspired to take anything else, and I filmed some other shots, and I suppose I was doing it because I wanted to make a video, not because I was really inspired by the photos. And I thought, well, I've come out, you know, you guys expect a video in the outdoors. I've not been out for a couple of months now, but the fact is that if it doesn't hit me here, if I don't get excited about it, then I tend to not get a great shot. So I'll show you the two shots that I took. But I wanted to carry on making the video, even though I didn't take a lot that was much use to show you. I wasn't really inspired in the field. And usually my in-field videos, I need to be inspired. I need to think, wow, this is amazing. I want to share it with everybody. Which is why I tend to do my tutorials back in the studio and look back at shots that have worked or haven't. But the fact is, you know, I need to be true with everybody that I take far more failures than I do successes. So I thought, just to finish the vlog off, I'll talk about my love for photography over the last couple of months since I've been in lockdown, because that is a good example where I've gone out and I've been really excited about taking some photos, but they haven't been successes. You know, they've been things that haven't quite worked out, but I've learnt along the way, and then I've wanted to improve because I've seen the potential in something. So for instance, macro photography, or not so much macro photography, but I wanted to take photos with my big 500mm lens and just experiment with bokeh balls. So I've been going out and waiting for the right conditions and finding flowers, and I discovered ways of taking shots that look good and the bokeh balls that look good. I'm still a way off, but I started off with shots like this that were quite frankly atrocious, and I'm getting there. I'm getting shots like this, which are still not brilliant, but I feel like I've gone on a bit of a journey. But more important than anything, I have loved doing it. It's been so good. I've discovered, you know, how light interacts with out of focus elements in the lens. I've discovered that composition in sort of flower photography and macro photography is actually quite similar to the type of composition you look for in woodland. And I'll probably talk about this in another video, certainly about bokeh and creating these bokeh balls, because I feel like I've learned something that I can probably share now. And then I started thinking about taking butterflies. It was actually my daughter that got me started on this. She said, "Dad, I want to go and take some butterflies." So we got all the gear and we couldn't find any butterflies, but we really enjoyed it. It was from our hearts, and we had great fun. I don't even want to show you my best shot of a butterfly, but here it is, and it's atrocious. We've found a few. My patience isn't great, but I've loved doing it. It's been exciting, and I actually really want to go out and take a really good butterfly shot because I've seen so many online. But all these things, the things that connects them together is that I've enjoyed doing it. I've had a passion for it. I've wanted to improve, and that's what I wanted to share in this video. And there's two, I suppose, things really. One is a good photo can't be forced out. You need patience, and the other is that you've got to do the things that you love. You've got to be inspired to go and shoot, because if you're not, then you're probably not going to get anything. And that was me a little bit this morning. You know, when I was shooting out in the sunrise, you know, it was beautiful. Everyone was probably thinking, "You're mad. Why didn't you get some great shots?" But the fact is, nothing inspired me. Okay, we had an amazing sunset, and then I went to look at some woodland. But I'll show you the shots. Here they are. You know, these are my sunset shots. That I was trying to find some foreground and it just didn't work. I really struggled, if I'm honest. There was this amazing sunset and I just couldn't find anything. I wasn't like, "Oh, this is great, I've got to take it." I was like, there's a great sunset, but then that was where it ended. And then I went into the woodland and there was beautiful light. And I thought, oh, I should take a video of this and how I take this shot. But I knew that there was no great shot there. You know, I've got enough experience to know that it didn't really work. And I took this shot, and it isn't great. You know, there's a lot of things that are wrong with it, pointed out in the annotations here. You know, the tree, you know, but more importantly, it didn't excite me. I didn't think, oh, look at how all those things just come together and excite me. So that's it, really. I know that's probably not the video you were expecting when you saw me at the beginning out on a beautiful morning with the sunset. But I did have an amazing time. It was fantastic to get out. It really, really was. I mean, being locked inside for 2 months and then finally getting out was beautiful. But it was beautiful because I enjoyed nature. It wasn't, on this occasion, beautiful because I was out with my camera. And that's the honesty of it. And the photos I took weren't great. And sometimes it works like that. Okay, thanks ever so much for watching. And until next Sunday, bye. No, you can sit by there, that way. Wave. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No, you're not going to say bye. You're not going to say bye. Come on then.